Hey guys, it's Rob from Law and Lumber. For those of you who are new to the channel, I'm an attorney in Fairfax County, Virginia, practicing in the areas of domestic relations litigation and consumer bankruptcy. As you might know from my earlier video, I've been covering the Depp v. Heard trial taking place here in Fairfax County. If you've been watching any of the live streams of the trial coverage over on Legal Bites' channel, you may have heard me talk about really wanting to get into that courtroom so that I can get a better feel for how the jury is reacting to the testimony and evidence they're hearing so far. Well, it looks like that's going to happen, and I'm going to have company waiting in line because Ian from Runkle of the Bailey, his video or his channel is linked in my description below, is joining me this week to see if we can't get one of those coveted courtroom seats. As a litigator, I wanted to take a few minutes to walk you through some of the things I'm going to be focused on while observing the trial. Ian and I are going to try and tag team this to see how much we can actually see of the jury, the witnesses, the attorneys, and the judge to try and give you guys a good picture of what's going on in there. In a lot of trials where there's a sensitive subject matter being discussed, cameras don't do justice to how people are actually perceiving the testimony and evidence that's being introduced. It might sound strange, but the courtroom can kind of take on its own ambiance or feeling that's really hard to describe. There's a lot of eyes focused on the witness, which you can actually see on your screens at home, and the jury, who you aren't able to see on your screens at home. So to try and give this video a little context, while I'm walking through these different things, let's take a look at that portion of the courtroom where the witness and jury have have all of their interactions. Okay, so what I've pulled up for us on the screen is a picture, a screenshot taken from one of the live proceedings when the jury was not present in the jury box, just to give us some context of where the witness is in relation to that jury box. So when the witness takes the stand, you will oftentimes see them from our viewing angle, looking on the television or looking on a live stream, looking to the right. That's because the jury is sitting right over here in these chairs. Whenever they're publishing something on the screen, the jury is seeing the exact same thing. When it's published to the jury, that's what that phrase means. The jury is then displayed whatever's published directly to them. The jury in this case are allowed to have notepads. They are allowed to sit there and take notes as the witness is testifying. So what you look for in a jury varies based on whether it's direct examination or cross-examination. In direct examination, from an attorney's perspective, if you are examining your witness on direct, you want to see the jury fully engage with your witness. You're looking out for things that the jury is doing as far as their body language and their facial expressions that give indication that the jury is actively listening to that witness. Most of the time, you'll see a jury lean forward. They'll place their arms on their knees and they'll lean forward, lean into the testimony to actually receive that testimony. That's very engaging behavior. The other thing that you'll look at is the jury's eyes will be very locked on. Sometimes you'll actually see a juror put down their pen. If they're taking notes religiously, they'll put down their pen. That gives you an indication that they're 100% focused on what they're actually hearing from the witness. That's what I really want to see with some of the testimony from Ms. Heard and any other witnesses that I have the benefit of seeing, to see how the witness is taking, or how the jury is taking in that witness in real time. Now, this changes during cross-examination. So while during direct examination, you want that witness to be the star for the jury, you want the jury to be looking at them. During cross-examination, you want the jury playing a game like they're watching the Wimbledon Open. If you've ever seen the tennis spectators, if they're sitting right there along the net, you'll see a volley go back and forth, and you'll see the head go like this, back and forth and back and forth. You want those jurors locked in on the attorney asking the question and the witness's response. And the second that witness's response is done, if cross-examination is going well, you want the juror to pop their head right back over to the attorney to see what the next question is. That is what the attorney wants to see. The attorney wants to see that they have the stage rather than the witness. It's a very good indication that a cross is going well when you see the jurors collectively, and it does happen, where collectively you'll see this move back and forth and back and forth. So that's kind of what I want to see as far as that dynamic between the jury interacting with the witnesses themselves. But I also want to perceive the attorneys and see how they're doing. What we see from the court TV streams or any other streams, you will actually see only the witness testifying. You'll get glimpses at the attorney. You won't see the attorneys getting frazzled. You won't see how they're handling responses that they don't anticipate. I actually want to see that up close. Attorneys are very good at masking when they don't anticipate something that's coming their way, when they get an answer that they didn't expect from a witness. And it's kind of hard to catch, especially when it's on TV and only being given to you in glimpses that we're getting during these streams. Being in the courtroom yourself, you can actually see the attorney in a more direct light. And that's what I really want to focus on. The other thing that's really cool is the back row of these attorneys. A lot of the focus you'll see will either be on Benjamin Chew and Johnny Depp, or Elaine Bredehoft, or Benjamin Rottenborn. But what you're not seeing is there's a second row of attorneys. Now, these are the research guys. These are the ones that know the discovery backwards and forwards. And as questions are being fired, they're hearing the answer. And what they're doing is they're going through all the mountain of discovery, and they're either trying to find the discovery documents that verify what was just stated, or find the documents that contradict it. I'd be very curious to see how the buzz goes as testimony is going forward. So that's just some of the things that I'm going to be looking at when I'm trying to get into that courtroom. Again, hopefully I'll have a colleague in Ian Runkle there to help me out, because this is a heck of a lot to observe, even for a litigator like me. But anyways, if you guys have things that you want me to focus on, or if you want us to take a special look at, why don't you drop a comment below with some suggestions, and then we'll try to see what we can do. Anyways, thank you for following me this far. Hopefully we can put out some good content after we get a chance to see what's going on in that courtroom. If you haven't yet, then please like and subscribe. It really does mean a lot to us, me, myself, as well as everyone else in the LawTube community who keeps trying to bring you this content. Anyways, hope to talk to you guys soon. Thanks and have a good one.